Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here for a brand new track analysis. We're here for the Bahrain Grand Prix, of course. This weekend we do have the real life Bahrain Grand Prix, which explains why we're in the 2024 Mercedes livery. This is a mod by Josh Marin and the Venturi Studio boys. So I'll put that in the description. They have multiple cars. There are a few bugs, but they are working on it. And you can see in the top left F1 24 season mode. It is quite a cool mod. But yeah, here at Bahrain, quite a tricky circuit in qualifying and the race. Um, so I'll guide you through, and hopefully this will help you shave off a few tenths or maybe even a few seconds of your lap time. So starting the lap, I normally go nice and slowly, and then fourth gear to start the lap. You don't want to hit the curb, but just go full throttle as early as you dare. Now, this is a very long straight, probably one of the longest in the calendar. Um, So it's important to get a good exit also in the race. As we then head down into turn 1, we want 56 brake bias and 55 diff. We're going to be in 8th gear flat out, and then just before the 100 meter board, we're going to go down to 3rd gear, braking straight, braking very hard, and then we turn in and we try and get a late apex to keep the car tight, then go full throttle, cut all of this curb at turn 2, and then use half of this curb on the exit of turn 3. So I will show that again. You want to have a very hard braking zone, and then turn in nice and not too late but late, because if you go deep you will run out wide. And as you can see on my tires, okay, maybe not in time trial, but in online you will get marbles, and that will not only compromise your line through turn 2 but give you worse grip as well. So my measuring point is almost, well, try and go flat between turns 1 and 2. I short shift to 4th gear, then I go flat. I'm about in the middle of the circuit. I cut all of this here, and here you only want to use the first half, simply because if you go over the first half, if I can show this, if you go over, well, you want to basically only get this half over that ridge. If you go too far, your car will bottom out and you will lose time. So you definitely don't want to do that. As we then head down towards turn 4, we're going to change your brake bias to 55 now, and we're going to use all of the track on entry here, really run all the way up to the right line, brake at the 100 meter board from 8th gear into 4th gear, and once again we can go for a late apex, this time not as late, but it's important to keep the car tight because the track drops off to the left, so you don't want to go out too wide, you want to keep it tight. Then you can go early on throttle and use the curb on exit, although this once again is quite a tricky curb. So I'm just gonna go through this again. You can, the drop off is not visible, but if you take different lines you can see by the delta that you gain a lot of time. Another thing is, don't touch that inside curb, that will unsettle the car and is not what you want. And now on this exit curb, either you take it perfectly like this, so you have to be on the left, on the tiny bit where my left tire is on. If you're here, you can see it's very bouncy, so you want to be all the way or like this on the left, then it's nice and smooth, or not at all. Um, so that is very important curb booster, otherwise again your car will unsettle and lose time. Then here, some people cut all of this. I personally don't. So I like to drive around it and kind of shift the weight of the car so it gives me more rotation in the next corner. So I turn a tiny bit here, and then I think I brake as that curb on the left ends. Let me just flashback that one more time. So we're going to be in 6th gear, by the way. And then I keep it in the 6th gear in quali. We're going to turn in. We're going to tap this inside curb. Don't want to take too much. And then ideally you open this corner up so much. You take a bit of curb and you should be able to take it absolutely flat out, as you'll be able to see on my fast lap at the end of this video. We then brake all the way on the curb. Now this is the second most difficult braking zone on this track, because simply there's no brake marker. So we're gonna be out here. You have to come straight back to the left. You're gonna be in 7th gear, and then somewhere you have to brake. I honestly don't know where I brake. It's pure feeling. So we're gonna go into 3rd gear here. Try and get a late apex and really get a clean exit as it goes uphill here. You can use a bit of this curb, but you don't want to go all the way over it. As you can see, it is quite bumpy. As many curbs around here. So third gear, late apex, and you just want to get a clean exit. Go on throttle as fast as you can. As we now get to the hardest braking zone of the whole Bahrain International Circuit. So you want to go to 56 brake bias. Now for turn 10 there are two different lines. One is to enter very tight, so almost hit the curb, then basically brake in a straight line and then turn in and hit the apex. And the other one is to stay out wide the whole time. So you're in 6th or 7th gear, you basically stay out wide and then you start braking in a straight line and then you turn in. I choose the wider one as you see on my lap, but if you prefer the shallow line, then you might as well go for that. Now, on the exit, it's interesting. If you if your setup can handle it, you can use this exit curb like this, which basically allows you to have a much higher apex speed because the track is basically a card's width um, wider. So you have to test that for yourself if that works for your setup. And yeah, that's turn 10 for you right there. Then into turn 11, we go to 54 brake bias as we want the high speed. We want some more rotation on the braking. We're going to be in 8th gear. We're going to brake at this black box on the right, not the 50-meter board, just before. As you can see where the marshal is standing there. We're going to be all the way on the right, on the white line with our left tires. And then, yeah, we're going to brake down into 5th gear. We do not want to hit this inside curb, but we want to get as close to it as we dare. And then we're going to go on throttle as early as we can. Use the track, not the curb, but just use the full width of the white lines. And then bring the car back to the left quickly, go to 55 brake bias, and then this right hander will be absolutely flat. You can cut all of this curb to get a bit of extra rotation and just take a shorter line. And then once again we're going to go all the way across, and you have to be again on this left part as that is a smooth bit. This bit, as you can see again, is very bumpy. So yeah, we're gonna go flat out through here. Now this is again a difficult braking zone because we don't have any indicators. So as you can see, I can see the orange, what do you call it? The orange barrier. That's approximately where I start braking. I don't brake 100%. So basically once I pass it, we're in 7th gear. So I go 1st to 5th, then I start turning in, and then just before the apex I go into 4th to not rear lock basically, and you want to use all of the track on the exit as well. So we're going to be in 7th gear, go down to 5th quickly, then 4th, and again prioritize the exit. The exits here at Bahrain are so crucial because they just half of them lead onto long straights. So yeah, always prioritize the exit. So 5th gear, 4th gear. You can use a bit of curb, but you don't really want to go across the red and white, and then use all of the track on exit, maximizing track width and with that apex speed. And then we have one more corner to go. So for the last corner, once again, use all of the track on exit, run it right to the white line, brake just at the 100-meter board. From 8th gear, we go down into 4th gear. Now, minimum speed is crucial in this last corner, as the line is quite early. In the race, you might want to go for a bit of a later apex to get a better exit down the straight, but in quali, you can sacrifice the exit speed for minimum speed, as the line is quite close to us on the straight and not at the end of the straight. And then you don't want to touch this inside curb. This will unsettle the car, but you want to get as close to it as you can. And then on the exit, this is risky, but you want to use all of the track available. Once again, just widening out the track and then run it up to the line, go full throttle, and hopefully that will help you improve here at the Bahrain International Circuit. And yeah, now I'll show you my PB lap, which I did practicing for WOR, which is a 127.252 online. So I hope you enjoy that, and until the next track analysis from me, it's take care and goodbye.